feel like you want to spit some bars, True.
Yo, I feel like you want to spit some bars, bro. People tune into the show, I get the little chills.
And you sing songs by Stephanie Mills. You used to root for the Buffalo Bills.
Right?
It was funny because back in the day, my brother was an entrepreneur and he used to sell grills.
Damn!
Murder Vic. First one, the wifey is in the house.
Martha! Happy birthday again, girl.
We celebrating all month.
All month
long.
Dog, why can't we see, though? Is it like the brightness down or something?
Yeah, dog. Keep talking, True.
Man, I can't
Keep
even
talking,
see.
True.
I see Mrs. Vic name for sure, but I can't see, like, us. No, like, on your actual phone, though.
Oh, you know why? Hold on.
You gotta turn yeah. Scroll down. Right there.
You do it.
Boom.
Right there. Go.
There we go.
Can you see us? There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
We can see now. And
Clearly.
I'm feeling see now.
Keep going, True.
Yo, they call me a little cold, but I'm never a reptile.
Okay. So, dog, we got lots to talk about today, bro.
A lot to talk
Kenosha, man. We
It's
got
a
Kenosha,
lot.
we got Nas, we got Frank Nitty. It's like
Yeah.
Nosha, Nas, Nitty.
Nosha, Nas, Nitty. We're going to talk about, is her name Melanie Trump or Melanie Trump?
I think it's Milani.
Melanie. Malarkey. That's what I'm going to call it.
Right.
Malarkey.
We got a lot to talk about today, y'all.
So,
Juicy topics.
If you don't know what's going on in Kenosha, shame on you.
Yeah, you're an idiot. You're sleeping in a rock.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
So, obviously, Jacob Blake, he got shot.
Right.
Point blank range. Regardless of whatever. This is what bothers me about the
I
situation.
already know what you're about to say because it bothers me too.
Because the first thing, be like, well, look what he did in the past. Like,
right.
what?
Right.
Like, what? Who cares? Like, okay.
Right.
Yes. But does
Do you
that
say
mean...
that about the cop? Do you look at the cop's past?
Right.
Dude, I've never seen nobody say, yeah, well, I looked at the cop's record. Like, nah, man.
They look at the victim first.
Right.
The victim is the first person that gets the grill down or whatever. So it's
So sick of it.
It bothers me. Like, damn, man.
There's no compassion in the world anymore,
That's
bro.
what it is. Like,
And I feel like, this is what I feel like. I feel like people who, like, ride hard for cops, and I've even talked to cops, and they've said this. They said this out of their own words. People who are, like, die hard, like, we back the badge. They literally back the badge, and it doesn't matter what the badge does. Mm-hmm. The badge could be wrong, and they're still going to justify the behavior.
Yeah. So, like, yo, you got to understand that cops are human. Cops are going to mess up, too.
Yeah, they make mistakes.
But we like, well, they cops. It's okay for them to make mistakes. But
it's not.
It's not okay for us to make a mistake. Like, you could...
Right.
A mistake could be walking away from cop, and your punishment is death. No, and it's just like, for me... Right. I'm just tired of
frustrated.
it. So what's
Kenosha.
So what else has been going on in Kenosha is like it's been a lot of rioting, and this is something too. Like people get mad at the rioting, and if you agree with it or you're not agree with it, like you really can tell people how to be upset, right? You can't say, well, this is how you should protest. This is like, do I agree with rioting? No, but am I mad that people are burning stuff up? Like I can't tell you how to be upset. Especially when things have been happening for so long. Like, I'm a victim of police brutality. I got my ass beat by the police and through the jail. And I didn't do nothing. People know, like, you can look up my past. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, look up his CCAP.
I might got some parking tickets. I ain't got shit on my past. Excuse me.
Right.
But, that's the first thing we do. We look up the victim's history and like, well, he deserved it. He deserved to get killed. Like...
Nobody deserves to die, bro.
He didn't even get to do it. Well,
I mean, here's the thing, and what we're not saying that let the justice system play its course. Let that person stand on trial. If somebody commits a crime, you know what? Then they should do the time.
Right.
I think people mistake. It's not that. You just don't want to kill somebody. Here's the thing, man. Like, I look at somebody like Jesus, bro. Like, I'm going to talk God just for a second. Mm-hmm. Like, I look at myself, like, how many mistakes I've made.
Right.
I look at my wife and my kids. Like, you know how many mistakes I've made as a husband? Mm. You know how many mistakes I made as a father? You know how many mistakes I've made as a friend? Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean I'm just excommunicated. I'm just completely, hey, you know what? He deserves whatever. If she stabs him, let him. His wife deserves to stab him.
Right.
You know, like, that's just not the case, bro. Like, there's going to be people who make mistakes. And here's the thing. We live in a society where everybody wants a second chance, a third chance, a 50th chance, a 100th chance.
Right.
If you're shot and killed, you don't get that second chance to basically make your wrongs right.
No.
And for people to not have any compassion, bro, that really bothers me because it's like you wouldn't want that for you. If you make a mistake, you're sorry about it, you're remorseful, you want to be given another opportunity to make those wrongs right.
Right.
And if you don't have that opportunity, you know what I'm saying, here we are.
So this is something else that's going on. So first of all, good morning, everybody. Tony,
Good morning.
Puka, Kim, Darcy.
We got Martha.
Puka. I like that name, Puka.
That's a dope name.
But so this is what I see people say, like, well, he shouldn't have walked away or whatever. Do you know how many videos I see of white men like beating police officers' ass, running from the police, or it's a video of a guy literally chasing a cop down. He like the,
oh, is that female cop?
No, it was a man.
Cop.
It was a man.
Yeah, no, it was a man chasing a female. I just saw one of a man chasing a female cop.
It was a man. It was two men.
Wow.
So dude had his, pointing the gun. The police officer was pointing the gun at the dude. Dude was obviously on something. He's like, he's like, like he's screaming, whatever. He started chasing at the cop. The cop literally put his gun down and started running from the police. Then dude got into his car, was like swerving, like, dude, come on. Yeah. Now you can't show me any videos of a black man doing that without getting shot at. Right.
At least from what we've seen, yeah.
But at least now, or you don't see videos of like white families getting harassed by police. Yeah. And it is what it is. Like, people say, why you always bring up race? Like, race is involved in damn near everything. Right. We can't act like it's not. Let's stop pretending that racism doesn't exist and face it head on. That's the way to get stronger in the gym is putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, rep after rep. So the same way to combat racism, we got to talk about it. Act like it don't matter. Like it's not. It's just this figment of our imagination that only happened in the 60s, and after Martin Luther King got killed, racism disappeared. It's not true. Racism is alive and well in 2020, and we need to talk about it. Right. And it's uncomfortable, maybe. It may be uncomfortable to some people that don't do it.
And it should be uncomfortable because it's racism. When I have a client of mine, or have had clients, they confide in me a lot of information. I've had clients who were rape victims. Even though I've never raped anybody, it's an uncomfortable conversation for me because of their experience. Right. But the reason why it's uncomfortable is because I have compassion on them, and I'm sad that they had to go through that. Right. And they feel comfortable enough to tell me their story, and that's where I think we've fallen short. We've fallen short on the level of compassion. Everybody just looks at it and is like, well, he shouldn't have did this or he shouldn't have did that. It's like, no, at the end of the day, somebody was shot multiple times, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times, but 7 times close range. Thankfully, he is in stable condition, but they said he's going to be paralyzed from the waist down. So his life is going to be affected forever. And the fact of the matter is that we need to have compassion. I'm tired of the same rhetoric. Well, if he would have did this. Well, if he would have complied. Because I've seen videos where black men have complied and they still have gotten shot. Right. And nobody says anything about that. So again, we have to start holding these cops accountable. We have to start holding people accountable. We have to be accountable. You have to be accountable. I have to be accountable. True has to be accountable. Right. We have to be accountable. Yeah. So that's why I got to say on that. So, and I'm going to say this about the rioting. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm coming from a twofold because as a business owner, I would absolutely hate.
Oh my God!
I had to scare one of my clients actually, and I have cameras here, but my cameras were not, for some reason, I think the power outage or something had happened, so I couldn't see. And my clients was like, "Yeah, there was a riot at the Target. This was during the George Floyd thing." And she said the building behind Target is on fire. I was like, "What?" Whoa! Which is my building. Right. So I got hopped in my Jeep as quickly as I could. Raced here, and thankfully there was nothing that had happened. But as a small business owner, I do feel for those small business owners in Kenosha who have had their stuff burned down. And people say, well, stuff can be replaced. It's like, not necessarily. Like I would hate to go to Sherman Phoenix and see Trueman's. That's how the Sherman Phoenix got started.
Hello.
Those businesses got burned down, which was stupid. So it's like, I understand people being angry, and there's a level of anger because there's nothing being done. So it's twofold. I understand both sides. I wouldn't want the small business owner to come in the next morning and see his place burnt down or her place burnt down. However, at the same time, I understand that if I slap true, he's going to react a certain way.
Right,
You know, if somebody walks up to him and repeatedly does the same offense over and over,
you gonna flip
he's
out.
He's gonna take matters into his own hands, because it's like, you know what, you're not doing anything, so now I have to do something.
Right.
And that's why you're seeing the effects of the looting.
This ain't like no one-time deal. It ain't like just one.
No, this has happened over and over and over
like,
and over.
And
people are frustrated with it, and it's like, man, so there has to be a level of balance, and I understand both sides. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying I understand it. I get it.
So just do the work. We got to do. Everybody watching,
do the work.
We got to do the work. This is the biggest group project in mankind.
This is a huge group project. And I'm going to tell you something.
One side that's responsible for doing. No, we all got our work to do.
And you know what? I told True this the other day, because me and True talk probably every day. I said, yes, I love Lori, man. Lori Gannier says, right. Understand the frustration and anger that births it. Yeah. See, that's a great point. Thank you so much, Pastor Lori. And the thing is, man, is that True and I were talking. I said there is no greater time to come together. We are called the United States of America, but yet we're anything but united.
Man, we so divided.
We have to find people that have the same mindset. Black, white, Hispanic, brown, purple, it doesn't matter. This is the time to work together. This is the best time to work together. Don't do any. There's nothing you can do on your own. Mm-hmm. Two is better than one. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It took a team, and so we need a collaborative effort by all parties, all races, to be responsible to this, to see that we have change going forward.
I'm gonna start using Wakanda wasn't built in a day. That's my new one.
I like that.
But Wakanda isn't real. But it maybe. Okay, moving on from Kenosha, which is related, was the young brother Frank Nitty. He's a social activist. Yeah. He's been doing a lot in the community for not even just the last couple months, but for years. I don't know if I've ever met him personally. I've seen him, and we've kind of gave each other like the bro head up. Like, I see you. Right. And so he's been doing this march with a group of people to DC. Yeah. It's a big event going on this Friday, I think. Yeah. Like my sister's going. I didn't.
Sister, you got a lot of them.
PJ.
Gotcha.
So I didn't know about it. Honestly, I was kind of in my own funk first world. But it's great that's going on. So he's been marching with a group of people, and they've been encountering so much. You know, like I was watching this live feed, and they were somewhere in Pennsylvania, and some guy came out, and it was first like a shot in the air. Somebody shot, and they didn't know what was going on. Then somebody like shot at them or whatever, and one of the guys named C-Note got like a buckshot to the face or arm or something like that. He got shot, for nothing, right? And then I guess the C-Note returned fire and shot back at the guys. I think he hit somebody, and it was just like, is this really happening? Like they literally had a peaceful protest going from Milwaukee to DC, which is a feat in itself.
They were marching.
They were marching like
from Milwaukee
to freaking DC on foot.
Wow.
Like they just shot. I think Tory Lowe maybe he might be separate or together. I'm not sure. But, you know, they like struggling with the march, and it came out in the Pennsylvania press that it was an incident, an altercation, and it wasn't. Mm-hmm. It was like they got live video, like they walking, and the neighbor come out with some rifles, and then they hear a shot. Everybody was confused.
Where was this at? What city?
I don't know what city. It was a small town in Pennsylvania. So then the news flipped it to that it was something that it wasn't. It was just like, man, it was sad to see that. So I definitely want to support them any way they can, because they're doing just good, whatever. And it's
been peaceful.
And it's been peaceful, and they still encountering stuff. It's just like, man, like the whole just some real life hate that goes on in this country.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna say this, and I know a lot of people probably don't know about this, but there's an individual out there by the name of George Soros that absolutely hates America with a passion. Mm-hmm. And he has a militia group called Antifa. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, you know, we're getting blamed for the rioting. They're like, well, it's not, you know, these black guys are out there looting. No, we're not. No. Antifa is young dudes who are from other cities who are being basically paid to just wreak havoc, and then they'll put BLM, and it's like, no, that's not us. Yeah. That's Antifa. That's a
even
paid
the way
militia.
Even
they spell it wrong. Like they'll be like BML. I'm like, that is not us. There's actual video footage out there. So again, you know, there's that aspect of it where you have Antifa, which is a separate group. Because again, the Black Lives Matter movement and the organization to me are two different things.
Yeah.
I don't support the organization. I'm just gonna say that because I don't represent the organization, but I do represent the movement. You know, and I'm telling you right now, like the organization to me, the Black Lives Matter organization, from what the research that I've done, is corrupt. And you can talk to anybody out there. Even Styles P just came out and said it. Jada Kiss, they've all been very everybody. Like
what the problem is, it gets bunched together.
It gets bunched together. It's like, no, they're like, two separate things.
It's so horrible, but whoever made that,
because you have people, and again, the Black Lives Matter movement isn't just black people. It's white people. It's Hispanics. It's Asians. The movement is people going out there and protesting, saying, look, this stuff has to stop. So it's not just the Black Lives Matter movement isn't just a black thing. It's a all thing.
Right.
Because I've seen people from all races come together. And that's what I was talking about earlier, that we need to work as a collaborative team so that this stuff can stop, man.
So the Antifa, they be spraying these A's, like the anarchy A's.
Yeah, that's all they're doing
like
is design.
You know, Lakia in her building in Kenosha, they put the A on it.
And the thing is, they're in every state.
Yeah.
They're in every.
We're not doing
that.
Black people ain't going to the store and getting spray paint.
No, we're just not doing it.
We're not buying spray paint. But we ain't doing that. Like, we might throw a brick or something, but where the bricks come from? Just piles of bricks.
Right.
So
where are we getting them from? They're actually shipping bricks in, True.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen that. So this is funny. They be like, I cannot breathe. Like, no, that's not what we're
saying.
I cannot breathe. That's Antifa ass be doing that dumb shit. So
don't mess with Antifa.
Anyway, shout out to Frank Nitty. I'm gonna hit up his Cash app and support them.
Same here.
And man, like they get
you can just look up Frank Nitty and what he's about. He's a young brother here from Milwaukee, man. I believe he was born and raised here.
Yeah, I don't know much about him personally, but I've
heard of him. Actually, one of my clients is related to him. So
is he? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So you know, but support the movement, man. Like I said, it's for a good cause and it's peaceful. Frank Nitty, he's on social media every day, and he's basically filming the protest. So it is peaceful. You know, he's live and he's going live for hours. So shout out to Frank Nitty.
We're gonna move on to something a little bit more light.
We got eight more minutes. True.
Okay. So let's move on to something a little light, a little lighter.
What we talking about today? True got his notes, y'all. True got his
notes. It's not lighter, but it's kind of politically affiliated with Melania Trump, right? So the RNC was like the last couple of days, and she had her speech last night. Whatever. I didn't watch it. I'm kind of just reading notes on Twitter. But what's hilarious though is like it's a meme going around of like Donald Trump trying to like hold her hand, and she's just like shading him, like he was doing like a little pinky like this close. He was doing like a little pinky.
He's sleeping on the couch.
Try to like get the temperature. Like she's like no, get off of me. Every time they try to walk away, like yo, how would you feel being the highest office and your woman don't love you? That got to be tough. You know, it has to be tough.
I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, not.
Have you ever seen anything like any affection between them?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think I have.
I've never seen no.
With the Obamas, you would actually see them holding hands. I don't think I've ever seen that with.
It's bizarre as hell. Like she's stone cold. She'd be like, "Yo, get off me."
She's always kind of doing her thing. She's always doing her thing.
Oh, it's a mess going on with the Trump. So I just thought it was funny.
You thought it was funny. I didn't know. I've seen it. I've seen it.
To mention it.
But yeah.
Love, you know. If you're having problems with your spouse,
hearted.
Do something. You know, buy her some flowers. Yeah.
What else we got?
We're gonna move on. Tony, he's Melania Trump. They held hands after. I was talking about as a whole, whatever.
As a whole.
It's a weird relationship, man. I don't care what you say. You be a Trump supporter. Trump is kind of creepy, man. Trump is creepy. I say this. Joe Biden is creepy. They both creepy.
They both are, bro.
They both creepy, man. Joe Biden is extra creepy. He be like, yo, it's a video of Joe Biden.
There's a video of Joe Biden
touching on that is creepy, man.
He said something like, man.
He creepy as hell. So
this is why we We need to come together. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I have no political affiliation whatsoever. I have people on both. I have friends on both sides, and I respect it. I don't, I'm not the type of person that's gonna argue with you for believing in what you believe in. I just know for me, and looking at history in my 39 years, nobody can do for me like we can do. And I'm talking about collectively, like in your community.
Let me say this though. We got some people that said Sleepy Joe. Yeah, this is my problem with the Trump supporters though. Y'all don't call out Trump on being creepy either. It's always Joe Biden's creepy. We acknowledge that. Joe Biden is a creep. Trump is a creep too. Trump supporters like, no. He's not Mike Donald. No, he's a creep. Joe Biden's a creep. Trump's a creep. What I realized
is this the
it's
creepiest
the creepiest
election?
finals ever.
Ever, man.
The creep, they just like wet bags of paper. That's what they remind me of. Just creepies.
I learned about cockroaches and
they creeps.
Yeah, I learned about
and it's whoever raised Santiago talking about Michelle Biden's a dude. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
he's one of those guys. All right, whatever.
So basically, man,
even those baby pictures of Michelle Obama.
Man, my guy Adam, I love Adam, man. We go back. That dude can play.
2020 pick a presidential pervert. Right. That's what it is.
Basically, bro.
Ray, you talking about Michelle Obama? We talking about the creeps. Talk about the creeps, Ray. Where's the creeps, man? We talking about Michelle Obama. We talking about the creepy.
She said they're all creeps. Look,
absolutely.
Amen.
Amen. So what I've realized is we got to take care of ourselves.
I've been saying that,
if
bro.
People look for the president to save us. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, bro. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Here's the thing, man. The president only has so much control. Right? As much as everybody's like, they give names for the president. Like, at the end of the day, man, the president isn't in your community. You are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are. And if we want to make our community better, that's where we work together. There's no president. There's no politician. There's no governor. There's no mayor. I don't trust any of them. They're all liars to me. How do you think Hitler got into and that's the extreme.
Propaganda.
But how do you think Hitler got into leadership? There was a picture of Hitler taking a picture with baby smiling. Bro, I mean, this has been history, bro. From history all the way down. Every president, man, like, I just think, I'm like, you know what? I'm done putting my hope in. I've never been one to put my hope in man. I've always put my hope in God. And at the end of the day, that's who I pray to. That's who I serve. And I'm like, God, give me the resources so I can disperse them amongst the people. My prayer is this, and this should be everybody's prayer. Lord, bless me to be a blessing to others. Because at the end of the day, I trust myself with the resources that I have. True, he's been somebody who has been very supportive and very active in his community. He doesn't always post to guys, but this man is giving out free meals.
All the time.
There's no president, there's no mayor there. That's just you doing that. And he's doing that for his community.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
And I don't look for any type
He's not looking for any type of reward either.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, guys, I mean, you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. You can support whoever you want to support. But at the end of the day, man, it comes down to us. That's all I'm saying. And you know what?
I'm gonna just say this too. I'm just saying they kind of going at it in the comments. Ray, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're kind of an idiot. I know it's your brother-in-law, but Michelle Obama is a black woman, and we ain't gonna tolerate no black woman slander.
Right.
Period.
Right.
That is what it is.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah. That's.
We say we talking about Michelle. No, we talking about the creep election. It is what it is. They creeps. We gotta take care of ourselves.
We gotta take care of ourselves.
This is what bothers me though.
Awesome. This
is what bothers me too about any president. It's like the president created X amount of jobs. I'm like, when I'm working my butt off,
right?
And I'm creating jobs. I'm like,
Truman's created jobs.
How is the president get this goes for any president in his is the president actually creating jobs, or is it small businesses that's growing, that's doing the hard work, the labor to create jobs? I never understood that.
Which brings me to my next point, which is why we have to support local. Because you, the people, also create jobs. The people create jobs by where they spend their dollar. Does that make sense? Is it time to go? What time is it?
It's 2 minutes.
Marty's giving me the warning. So people create jobs.
Right.
Wouldn't you say? Because here's the thing. How do you think, again, those big corporations got to where they're at? It was by you taking your dollar and investing and spending. And so, again, at the end of the day, you have to support local because you're creating jobs. Because the more finances and resources I have, again, Lord, bless me to be a blessing to others. The more I can hire, the more True can hire. That's creating jobs. And now you better that person's community. You better that surrounding area. The grass is greener where you water it and where you give it sun. On that note,
is 2 minutes.
We
got
2
one more
minutes.
topic.
Go ahead, Nas.
Let's go with something light.
Nas
album. What you think about it?
Man, bro, I listened to it last night.
Bro, Nas came through.
You know what, Mike Washington, if you're watching, man, he's a good dude. He's one of my clients. He just hit 350 on the deadlift.
I seen that. Yeah,
He's
I seen
man,
that.
Mike's what? I'm not gonna give his age, but
Mike's 68 years old.
Mike is pushing it. Mike's in his 40s, but Mike, this is why accountability is such a big thing because Mike's like, I wouldn't have did this on my own, but you pushed me. But Mike said something that was pivotal about the Nas album. He said when I listened to it, he said it's not like a album you're like, oh my gosh, but there's no skip overs. It's one album where you can just listen all the way through and there's no skip overs. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not like an album where you're like, oh man, he said it's not a repeater song on there. He said, but there's no skip overs. I thought that was a good point. I have to listen to it again. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So yeah, this is ignore Ray.
All right, Ray. Thumbs up to you, brother.
Yeah.
What I love, my favorite track on Nas' album is I like Blue Bins. I like 27 Summers. Like, I would say my problem though is my guy. The songs are so short, man.
He does that.
Dog, 2 minutes, like 2.5 minutes.
27 Summers was like a minute.
It's like a minute 50.
It's like 58 seconds, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, can we get enough? Like the beats, like Hit Boy. If you don't know Hit Boy, he made like Paris. I'm just gonna call it Paris.
Right.
He's done like Click. He's done like a lot of classic hip hop songs, and his beats are so good. But I'm like, I want more. More.
But that's on that note. We're gonna give y'all more mañana. The Shannon Show. You know what it do. Tomorrow's Thursday. We got more topics. We got some juicy stuff coming up, y'all. So holla at your boys. Bars. Peace.
Hey.
Yeah.